I promise we're going to get started here in a minute. We're waiting on a couple of issues, so. Well. How's everybody doing tonight? Is it awkward? Everybody's like, this is very awkward. I thought they were going to be organized. I thought they were going to do this and that. So kind of a lot going on behind the scenes up here tonight. But like I say, hopefully, Ms. Kelton's coming in with our recorder. For those of you who don't know, that we have to record everything we actually do. Anytime there's mayor or more than 2 council people together, we have to record everything. It's official meeting. So, and that is for you, so that you have no. We got it? We're getting there. We're changing some batteries. Oh, awesome. Yeah, we can just go straight in, yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Sorry for a little bit of a delay. We will call the Thursday, April 16th finance meeting to order. At this point in time, we are actually waiting on one councilman who's going to be coming in the back here. We were actually going to jump over and do the presentation first, but we're going to go ahead and do the first order of business and keep it in order. As soon as Mr. Olson gets in here, we'll jump into item 1, and we'll be able to vote. All right. At this time, I will yield the floor to Chairman Keller.
Thank you, Mayor. First item on our agenda this evening is an appropriation, a pass-through from the Economic Development Capital Fund 27, the sum of $817,114. This is to fund the airport apron reconstruction phase 2. I move that we forward item 1 to the full council with a recommendation of approval.
Second.
Is there any discussion on item 1? Patrick, do you want to come up and talk about it, or are we good? So it's 100%, it's 95.5, 95 from FAA, 5 from ADA? Okay. 100% reimbursed to the city. I like it. Is there any other discussion on item 1? Hearing none, all those in favor of forwarding item 1 to the full council with a recommendation of approval, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Item 1 is forwarded. Item 2 is a presentation from a class from ATU who's going to talk to us about the findings from their recycling education campaign. And I'm going to yield the floor to Ms. Sarah Johndal to tell us about it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Council, for providing this opportunity. This is a partnership that the city had with Arkansas Tech University, and they are here tonight to present their findings to the council on how they came up with and created this recycling education campaign for us. And I'm going to yield the floor to the students. Thank you.
When you approach the microphone, if you would please identify yourself so that the people on YouTube or at home will know who you are. Thank you.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Lance Phillips. I'm a public relations student from Arkansas Tech University. My class, which is an IPBL class, an interdisciplinary project-based learning class that combines public relations and sociology students together to create this campaign for recycling in Russellville. A little bit about what we will be going over today is the list on the screen, and then I will have Ellie talk about some more.
Hello, my name is Ellie Stokes, and I'm going to give a breakout of kind of how our class started this process and what groups we broke out to. So we came with the city of Russellville. They came to us looking for what Russellville needed regarding recycling. It was an education. Did they know what they could and couldn't recycle? So we started out with creating a survey, which we'll discuss later. And it was all about, do we need education? Do we know what we can't recycle? Do you recycle now? Various questions. We sent it out to Pope County. And then we took those results as a group. So that was our first process there. And from then, we broke out into different groups based off things that were going to be a part of our campaign. So we have assessment, which was that survey. And Luna here will talk about kind of going over analytics and what happened from there, figuring out what our group needed to know from the city of Russellville. Then we broke into branding, which is where you get the campaign name, the logo, the slogans, your basically the face of the campaign. Then you have our social media team, which does all of the platforms. They made reels, they made anything you see on their social media, which they will also be showing you tonight. And then we have graphics. They yet again did a lot of designing, going over what you can and can't recycle, just more educational pieces that are really beneficial for this media world we live in. And then lastly, we had a group of girls go to schools, the Russellville school systems, and they did some educational presentations going over recycling, seeing what the children knew, and again, they will discuss that further, and I will continue on, and they can go over what we did.
Hello, I'm Brianna Stevens. I'm a public relations student at Arkansas Tech, and I just wanted to talk about our research that we did before we started with this campaign. So we took some trips to Fayetteville Recycling Center just to see, what the initiative was in Fayetteville and how they are doing with recycling as well. We toured the compost section that they had. They had drop-off bins, which I believe Sarah had mentioned that we will be implementing that if we can. And it was really interesting just to see how much the citizens wanted to recycle, and I'm just very excited, hopefully, that Russellville can implement that as well. We also toured Yale County Landfill, which was mostly just figuring out where our waste goes. We currently do not have a waste system here, but we do take it to Yale County, and we learned a lot of information just to base off our campaign on. So I will go to the next slide.
Good evening. My name is Luna Scarlett. I was the lead for our engagement team. Please excuse my glasses. I have severe photosensitivity that triggers seizure activity. So our team was in charge of creating a report based off the results included in our Russellville Recycling Awareness Survey. And this is just one of the charts based off of some of the information that was significant for our survey. And these just cover some of the barriers that were included that respondents recorded as the most challenging as to why they do or do not recycle. So for example, you will see here 27% of our survey respondents responded that their biggest challenge was lack of information or unclear instructions. And the second highest was 26% of respondents recording lack of recycling bins as their biggest challenge. And the least significant barriers recorded here were inconvenience and limited space at home, as cited by 15% of respondents each.
Hello again. So for branding, I was a part of the branding team along with Ellie, Lance, Parker, and Carissa. So we came up with the campaign logo, the campaign name, the slogan, created some buttons, designed the t-shirt for the Earth Day celebration, which we'll talk about later in our presentation as well, and then recycling information for apartments. So these are some examples that we did. So we have our logo up at the top there, along with the button that we made. This is our t-shirt design that we created for the Earth Day celebration in Russellville. And then this is also the brochure that we designed for the apartments. Now, apartments will not have exactly recycling centers right at the apartments, but this is a good brochure just to show where the drop-off location will be, what they can and can't recycle, just more information for people that do live in apartments in Russellville.
Hi, my name is Chloe Turner. I'm a PR student at Arkansas Tech, and I was a part of the social media team. This was a list that we had done. We really focused on educational aspects of this because social media is so broad and it's ever growing. And we know that that's probably the best way that we're going to be able to reach our community. And so we focused on the educational aspects of the captions. We partnered with the video team for all the reels and videos made, posts, stories, and then we really focused in on the list of recyclable and non-recyclable materials. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but there are type 1 and type 2 plastics, which can get confusing for an everyday citizen to understand. And in order to lower our rates of what actually has to go to the landfill and what's actually being recycled, we wanted to really hone in on that educational aspect.
My name is Madeline Atkins. I'm also on the social media team. And here are a couple examples of some posts that we made, the educational ones. We started a campaign, as you can see on the far right, of Will It Recycle Wednesday, just a quick and easy recycling post that happens every Wednesday telling you something you can and can't recycle. Then in the middle we have the what are type 1 and what are type 2 recyclables, which will be posts that you can post multiple times throughout the year, just reminding people of what they can and can't recycle and what types are each. And then the one on the far left is Going Zero Waste, which is another example of just an educational post that would be posted on social media throughout the year to remind people of how to go zero waste and some examples. So.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kinley Garner. I'm a senior PR student at Arkansas Tech University. I wear many hats, including this sparkly hat. I'm the current Miss Arkansas Tech University 2026, and I'm also the head of the video team for this project. So we did a lot of research going through Instagram Reels, TikTok videos, and YouTube Shorts, finding out what people were watching and what was trending in the current moment. So we came down to 12 video ideas, and here are just a couple. We were able to go and visit one of our Russellville residents who allowed us to kind of see what she recycles and how she recycles and why it's so important to her that the community continues to recycle. And we also have a couple of videos here on the Tech campus with students asking them why they think Earth Day is important. And we even recorded some around town and in some of our local businesses, kind of at some of the landmarks here in Russellville. We did one in the depot, we did one at the plaza, and a few videos that we did was, there's a video that goes like, push me again, see what happens, and when you push them again, they market either a campaign or they market an event, and our event that we chose was our Earth Day celebration happening in just a couple weeks. And this one right here on the third cap that you see here is what we call caveman speak. And it's basically explaining why you should recycle and what our Earth Day celebration is and when it is and what time it happens. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Parker Bird, and I was part of the graphics team. And we made a lot of different materials for this campaign. We did all of the bin signage that's going to be on the bins at the facility. We also made some stickers and magnets and some window clings for like different businesses that want to help support the campaign and the goal for this city. We've made several flyers like Why Recycling Matters and like e-drive collection, donation posters, and stickers for different containers and stuff like that. So this is our main brochure that we made for the campaign. It just goes over like the main purpose for the recycling education and the basic like materials that you can and cannot donate to the facility. And then these are two of our flyers that we made and our sticker. The one on the left just goes over like what to recycle, what not to recycle, again, just because a lot of people don't know about these things. And then the one on the right is Why Recycling Matters.
Hello, my name is Briseida Garcia. I worked with the presentation team, but I also translated a lot of the materials that the other teams made. Here's a list of all the materials that were translated, and here are some examples. We thought incorporating translation into the campaign would be important because it would reach all of the residents of Russellville, and therefore it would increase the usage of the drop-off center. And now my teammate's going to tell you guys more about the presentation team.
Hi, my name is Bethany Walter. I'm a double major in criminal justice and sociology, and I was part of the informative presentation team. And so what we did was we made an elementary recycling curriculum presentation to present to some local elementary schools in Russellville. So we went to London, Crawford, and Oakland Heights, and we presented our presentation, and we also created an activity to do to engage the students and see if they were learning with what we were telling them. And we found that a lot of them actually had a lot of information about recycling and answered a lot of things correctly, so it was really encouraging. But we also created some crosswords, a comic strip, and then a word search and some coloring sheets to hand out to take home with them, so that we were hoping they would continue to engage with what we had taught them and also maybe present some of that stuff to their parents as well. And then here is some of our stuff that we created. So you can see several of our coloring sheets, our crossword, our word search, and then the comic strip that one of our girls created as well. So that was our presentation to the local schools.
Hello again. I'm going to wrap up our presentation. Unfortunately, we don't have the time to show you everything we did, so that was a small snippet of what we've been doing over the semester. But we do want to portray everything we have, hopefully digitally, at the Earth Day celebration coming up. This is the launch of our official program, and you'll hear more information about the recycling facility as well. We do invite everyone to come. It is with the city of Russellville. We aren't hosting it on our own, so we will be there tabling, but it's open to everyone, and we are just a small part of the day. This will be April 25th, 2026, and the location is 807 West 4th Place. This is James School Park. Come anytime from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And there will be games. I believe there will be some food possibly. Prizes. You can check out more things that we have done. We'll be there tabling. Ask us any questions. We're really excited. We had a great time doing this work and getting to know each other and more about recycling ourselves. So a big thank you from our class to you for letting us speak today. And that's it.
Sorry. Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you for all your hard work and for sharing with us all that information that you guys put together. I'm really excited to see how we're able to implement the stuff that you guys came up with. This is really awesome. Mayor, that was the last item on our agenda. Yield the floor back to you.
Thank you so much. Would like to say thank you from the city of Russellville for all your hard work and everything you did. That's an amazing project. We're excited about the new recycle facility that's coming, and your educational campaign will help us make sure that we're getting what we actually need and not having the waste that happens so often. Thank you for starting with the young people, because this is where it really starts. You get the young people involved, mom and dad will come along. So thank you so much for all your hard work. It did not go unnoticed. It's very much appreciated by our citizens. And it's a great example of how a great partnership from the city of Russellville and Arkansas Tech University. So thank you. We will adjourn and we will reconvene at 6 p.m. for a full council meeting. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. How many laws?